comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So you wouldn't fucking believe it, but Thailand today announced they're opening their borders for travelers without needing to quarantine from February 1st, which was the exact day I was meant to arrive in Phuket until 2 days ago when I cancelled all the fucking flights because they said you have to spend 7 days there. So it cost $1,000 in non-refundable flights and just those cunts stealing money from you because they don't give you the full amount. They just take some arbitrary amount off you. They're like, we need like $200 or $300 from each ticket for processing or whatever, even though we're going to fucking resell that ticket at probably a higher price. I reckon cancelled bookings and mistake bookings and just them fucking taking money off you, the airlines and all these cunts, I reckon that's like 10 to 15% of their fucking gross revenue. Or is it net? I don't know or care. Who gives a fuck? I'm not going to Thailand because we fucking cancelled our flights, lost money on that, and then bought a fucking expensive flight back to Australia via Dubai 2 days before fucking Thailand opens up the fucking border again. It's like they're trying to fuck with me. Not Thailand, the whole world. The whole world and everyone in it. That's what it feels like. It feels like everyone is just trying to fuck with me at the moment. How could that possibly have happened if the whole world wasn't trying to fuck with me at the moment? And on top of that, wake up to messages from people and the headlines all over like the Indian papers that international flights from India have been suspended until the 28th of February. So you're looking at your phone, you've just got one eye open and you're reading the headline, international flights from India suspended. So you almost have a heart attack, your lung almost collapses again. You read the article, you can't make any sense of it, then you read about 15 more articles, and then you realize they've only suspended flights that haven't already been organized or whatever. Who knows? All the fucking travel bubbles from India that have already been aligned are still going ahead. So that article was fucked. So that's just the world fucking with me again. So that's what I woke up to. That was the first one. The second one, the Thailand information got sent to me by a listener, well, a couple, the fucking Greek Freak and his missus, the fucking Thai Terror, who run Aesop's Greek restaurant in fucking Bangkok. If you need some Greek food in Bangkok, go there. They're Michelin. Anyway, they send me the Thai information and I'm just like, I think I'm over this pandemic. I'm calling it. I'm over it. I know it's a big call and I might have made it a little bit too early, but I'm fucking over it now. Who the fuck do we need to shoot to end this? There must be like some specific targets that if we take them out, this pandemic would end. I cannot believe no politicians have been assassinated this whole time. Not a single politician has been assassinated. Can you believe that? What kind of world are we living in? And across the board, we have the worst politicians in the history of politics. Everywhere. Boris Johnson, fucking ScoMo in Australia. That fucking dumb bitch in New Zealand. That stupid fucking bitch in New Zealand. Who else is there? The fucking cunt here, Modi. He's a fucking idiot. He hasn't done a fucking public interview in 8 years. He hasn't faced any scrutiny in 8 years. Who else is there? Joe Biden, that fucking child molesting mental patient. I think he's the most embarrassing one. Joe Biden is... he is fucked. Who else is there? That fat bitch in Germany. Why hasn't anyone shot that bitch earlier anyway? Pre-pandemic. I can't believe Ireland hasn't fucking assassinated any politicians. That blows my mind. Who else is there that needs to be assassinated? That good-looking retard over there in fucking Canada? Someone knock him off. I mean, what the fuck happened to a good old-fashioned political assassination? What, are we not up for it anymore? These people are embarrassing. These modern day politicians aren't worth the fucking stain of shit on the inside of their fucking underwear, and no one is shooting them. Fucking think about all the good politicians in history that have been shot. Fucking JFK, Bobby Kennedy, in India, Gandhi, then Indira Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, John Lennon, Yoko. No one shot Yoko. They shot John Lennon, but not Yoko. The world just does not make sense. But honestly, if politicians were to start getting knocked off, would it change anything? I'm not even too sure if it would, but it's fucking worth a try. It's definitely worth a try. And there's so many fucking suicides as well. Why aren't people going out in a blaze of glory? Something's got to change. Like if you knocked off 15 Australian prime ministers in a row, just one after another, things would fucking change. For starters, cunts would not be wanting that job unless they really care. Or they're just a complete narcissistic sociopath, psychopath. That's probably more what you end up with if you assassinate 15 prime ministers in a row. You end up with a complete psychopath. I don't know. Violence maybe isn't the... maybe it's not the way to go. It feels like it's the way to go, though. And it is surprising to see the lack of violence. That's why I like the French. They will walk into parliament and they will take out the prime minister and beat him to death in the street. And what do the French have? They have holidays all the time. They have like fucking 3 months holiday a year. And if the president even suggests or hints at taking one of their holidays off, he'll get dragged out of fucking parliament and beaten to death with a fucking baguette. That's how countries should be run. The people in charge should be terrified of their fucking population. But it's always the other way around. The population is always scared of their governments. What? That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, that's what happens when I lose a little bit of money on cancelled flights. I feel like the whole world should burn. And maybe it should, maybe I'm right. But anyway, that's it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, share it around with your friends. Maybe even just this one in particular. If you've got some friends that might be struggling mentally, they might be depressed or something, maybe send this podcast to them. Maybe they'll get a few good ideas. Anyway, if you're enjoying the podcast, share it around with your friends. And I'll see ya the fuck later.